Hi guys, and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be doing another character file review, and this time it's going to be on Cyril Blamire. Now, Cyril Blamire made his first appearance in Last Mine in the pilot episode, and he does a really good job. He's played by Michael Bates, and Michael Bates is an absolutely brilliant actor. He does an amazing job of captivating Cyril, the character, completely. I really enjoy his performance. It's just a shame that it was cut short. He was only in the first two series, which I think is a real letdown. But he does stand out as a really great character. Some of those episodes that he's in are probably one of the funniest in the entire run of Last Summer Wine. And yeah, I think he's a really good character. And as I said earlier, Michael Bates does an absolutely stunning performance as the character. Um, yeah, so made his first appearance in the pilot. Does a really good job in there. I know some things were changed from the pilot over the thing, like such as Compo's name. It was Compo Simonite in the actual series, but it was Compo Summonite as they called him in that, which is a bit weird. I don't know. I don't know why that was. But something else I have to mention is that Michael Bates has a very distinctive voice, and he's a very strong accent in comparison to the others. It's kind of like it's a Yorkshire accent, but his particularly is very strong. It's a bit kind of in the same vein, I'd say, as Billy Hardcastle. He's got a very strong accent as well. So I'd say he's got quite a strong accent as well. Also quite a distinctive voice as well. But getting into the other episodes, but there is an episode that I find so funny is when they hire a car and it crashes and they're like, oh, we're never hiring a car like that again. It was an amazing episode. You need to go and watch it. I believe that's in series 1. There is also other great episodes, where he gets the paint. I don't know if anyone's seen this, where he gets the spray. I think there's spray paint or something like that. He gets it all on his face. That's in the fun though. I'll put it in there. But yeah, it's really funny how he goes around and he's like his face turning like a weird color, and people like screaming as they open the door as he tries to sell the paint. I find that so funny. There's something else about Cyril Blamire is that he was a soldier, so he fought in World War Two, which kind of creates a little inconsistency. Because where was he during the events of First Summer Wine? Well, I know some people have said, oh, he probably joined up the army earlier, probably left off early, because that's what some people said in the comments of the First Summer Wine review. But to be fair, there's no reason why he shouldn't be in First of the Summer Wine, considering character was already created as well. Well, it's not like a case of truly where that character probably wasn't even thought about. That only came on years along in advance. But I'm going to say he was on the show for between 1973 to 1975, and during that period, he was really good. I think it was 1975. I think I'm right. Yeah, he did a brilliant job. Only in series 1 and 2 though. I wonder what series 3 would have looked like. Instead of having Foggy turn up. You just keep on having Blamire, because it was weird thinking. Imagine if Peter Sallis had decided to leave and it got replaced with another character, and we would keep on having a character like Clegg. That would be so weird and so strange. But yeah, if you think about it, it could have been Combo. He could have changed all the time, but no, it was Blamire, so played by Michael Bates, and yeah, pretty good. I feel like his exit's a bit rushed and a bit kind of tacked on to the beginning of series 3 though, because there's no hint like during series 1 or 2 that Blamire is going anywhere. It doesn't really seem to be hinted on that at all. So when he leaves, it's just like that is Foggy. It's not a case of the Seymour where he comes in and then obviously Foggy leaves and then Seymour leaves and then Foggy comes in. It's not really a case like that as well. With this it was like Michael Bates has left, so Brian Wilde's in. It was kind of like that. I find a bit odd. But yeah, he does leave to go and live with some woman he fell in love with years ago because her husband died or something like that. Something like that, and he goes off with her. So it's kind of a very rushed ending. A bit bizarre, and kind of don't matter. But he's still a good character. I mean, I can't remember where I ranked him in the list. I think it must have been third or fourth in the ranking of the Third Men last year. But yeah, I feel like Blamire still, if there was more of them, he would rank higher, and it's a real shame that he's only in the 2 series, because if he was in more than the 2 series, he would be a lot more well remembered, because a lot of people just think, oh, Foggy, Truly, they're the best, because they were in long periods and stuff like that. But to be fair, I really like Seymour, even though he was only in like 3 series or four series, I think. But yeah, the fact that Blamire is only in series 1 and 2, I think really drags it down, because he's such a good character. I find him really enjoyable. Um, yeah, as I was getting back to some of those episodes where they like, there's a thing that was in the second episode, I think, ever, there where they go to that party and they sneak off with the food and they get Sid to bring them back the food, and it's just so entertaining, and I love it so much. Or when they go to the country manor thing and they have a look around and they're all with composed relatives, and like Blamire gets all like, oh, this child's getting on me, he's like all kind of like that, and they all get all sticky hands on him, and it's just so entertaining, absolutely entertaining. But something else I really do love about his character is that I find it so funny is that the difference between him and Compo, like they kind of clash quite a bit, and then Clegg's kind of the buffer in the middle, which I kind of really like, which I find entertaining. But yeah, like, and also they always have the thing where they always mention him being a Tory, and that always comes up all the time. That he's a Tory, and obviously Compo's obviously more of a Labour kind of thing. But yeah, so he kind of comes across like that, as they kind of don't really like each other, and he like thinks he's posh and all that sort of stuff, and he really isn't posh. He like puts it on to make him more posh, because he says he doesn't want anybody to know that he went to the same school as Compo and Clegg and things like that, which I find funny as well. But I just think that he's a good character, and he does deserve, like, I feel like, better, because I feel like the memory of his character kind of disappears, and I'm not a big fan of that, because he was one of the 3 founding fathers of Last Summer Wine as it is. But yeah, a lot of people think that not Compo, a lot of people think that Foggy was actually the first man, and that wasn't really the case. But yeah, it seems like people forget him, but I don't forget him. I think he's a brilliant. And if I want to sit down and watch an episode of Last Summer Wine, I'm probably gonna. I mean, I do like the Foggy ones, and Foggy is my favourite third man. But then it is most of people's favourite third man. But if I did want to sit down and watch it, I would. I mean, they're really good episodes, and particularly the early episodes. I feel like that was peak, like, Summer Wine of being like amazing. Because I know that the latest series aren't as good, but they're still enjoyable. But yeah, I just do really love that performance of Cyril. Something else I'm going to mention is that I really do. There's a scene, I believe, I think it's like the first episode or some of the early episodes anyway, where him and Clegg they go fishing together, and that's really nice. And you see them set there with their little rods, and they go on the thing, and I find that really entertaining, because it was kind of more of a quiet moment, and there isn't all of these ludicrous things going on in these early episodes. It's more kind of, I don't know, subtle, and they're like witty, funny jokes. Whereas going on to the later years, it's more like slapstick comedy and just stuff like that. Whereas it's more kind of, I don't know, casual comedy, or I don't know how to describe it. But yeah, if it was a bit more normal and a bit more realistic, which I find entertaining as well. So yeah, I do like how Blamire does that. His character is brilliant. I do like the fishing. That's quite good. Also the episode. I also like the episode where they go in the boat. They go in the boat and they fit all 3 of them in there, I believe, and they go down the stream or the canal or something like that. And that's kind of entertaining. You see them, they wanting to move and things. Also, they go camping as well, and they have to stay inside a barn because it's too wet as well. Yeah, a lot of these great episodes. And also, in these early episodes, they've all got cigarettes. Like, Blamire was always seen with a big, a big cigarette, and so was Combo, and so was Clegg. In those later years, it's completely they don't smoke at all. But he was also an ex-army person, so he was kind of that military or authority figure that I feel like what was a good character, and it kind of steps, set the stone, the well, sorry, not set the stone, set the tone to what was to come later with Foggy, Seymour, and Truly to kind of, and Hobbo to a certain extent, but not really. So yeah, he kind of set that foundation, but he isn't really like a bumbling idiot. He's not like a big lanky goon, as like people describe, Foggy Durst. He's quite different, but he does do attain some characteristics that would be used on other people later, such as the poshness being kind of used, heavily for Seymour and Foggy, not so much for Trudy, but they do kind of take certain aspects and spread them out through those characters, which I do like. That's a good thing. But yeah, I still think that Cyril Blamire, or just Blamire as he's called, I do like it. He's got the trademark hat, the brown hat, which is also what Truly has. But yeah, he also got these. He's got like fairly thick rim glasses that he used to read, and I do love it when they go to the library and they draw that little face around. I think it's like a little mouse they draw around Compo, and they kind of put little whiskers on it. Everything that's just funny. Some of those episodes really crack me up. I used to watch a lot of those episodes with my grandparents. When I used to go around, I used to have this. I still have it. It's a big box set of Lost on Mine DVDs. It's series 1 to 10, and I used to bring it around there, and I would I would always watch series 1 to 2 on it. I don't know why. I just watched loads of those episodes, and thoroughly enjoyed them and loved them. I also love that kind of how, particularly Blamire in the trio is the sensible one, which is normally the case. Yeah, so that's what I kind of love about that. And the ex-army thing, I feel like that was a good move as well, because obviously it came up with, Foggy, and he supposedly knew Foggy, as in they were like friends and they went to school together and stuff like that, which elaborates on in, the previous stuff. And I probably mentioned this in the Foggy Durst video I did a year ago. I can't believe that's so long ago now. Yeah, so I really do like how they all tie together, like how they all know each other from certain points, which I find really interesting. But I think I'm gonna get back to this because I do have one gripe with First Summer Wine. I know I do love it. It's a brilliant prequel. Absolutely love it. Just I would have loved to have seen Cyril. Maybe he would have been it if they had made the possible series 3. Maybe Cyril would have been it. I know when I met David Fennick, he said that there was going to be a series 3 where they would join like the army and stuff, the home guard and stuff. So maybe Cyril would have come into it then, and that would have been good. But it just seems a bit odd because like Seymour hadn't actually met them until the events of Lost and Wine. So, but I don't know. It's a good prequel anyway. Yeah. So I feel like Blamire overall as a character. Bring to the end of today's video. But yes, sorry, Cyril. Cyril is just brilliant, and I find it really saddens me that the fact that he isn't thought about as much as some of the other characters. I know you have the classic, Foggy, Nora Bassi, Compo Clegg, those kind of big name characters. Truly, people love all of these characters, and Foggy, obviously. But yeah, so that's kind of find a bit sad that he's kind of forgotten about. But I do really like him as a character, and I really recommend you guys to watch Series 1 to 2 because I know that people find it quite different to the later stuff, but I really enjoy it, and you see how Last on Wine got his start. I mean, if you watch anywhere from Funerals and Fish all the way up to finale of Series 2, I mean, there's some great stuff, and that stuff when they get the motorbike and sidecar as well, and all that stuff, and Wally gets his introduction in this stuff. It's just enjoyable, and I really recommend you watch any of the early years of Last Summer Wine, and you'll really enjoy Blamire. And yeah, that brings me to the end of today's video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in a video soon enough. I'm hoping to get to 300 subscribers by the end of the year, and with your help, we could get there. So, thank you, and goodbye.